America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to excuse me.
Now, it may get bigger, it may get a little bigger, it may not get bigger at all. We'll see what happens. But regardless of what happens, we're totally prepared.
This is your victory. Now, I know you didn't do this just to win an election. And I know you didn't do it for me. You did it because you understand the enormity of the task that lies ahead.
You're not going to believe this. He killed 16 Czechoslovakians. Guy was an interior decorator. His house looked like shit.
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
Ooh, Skinman, villain in disguise.
Voted the #1 podcast to eat chicken to. It's the Middle of the Road podcast with Coach Casey and Skinman. Special guest tonight, that's right, it's TJ.
Aw.
It's game time.
Did you get the burn? Because we're kicking you off.
Yep.
You fucking. Hi, I'm Coach Casey. As always, this is TJ. Across from me, my new main co-host. It's Skinman.
We're in an opposite world today, it seems like.
If you're
Don't adjust the dial.
Well, if you watched on Facebook Live last week, then you have
2 weeks ago.
witnessed, 2 weeks ago, you have witnessed the new setup. If you are first time or did not watch 2 weeks ago, then you're seeing this, and we are not in reverse camera. We did not take Skinman's booth and move it to the other side of the room. We simply flipped me and TJ. And the reason for that, I didn't know he was going to go that way with the intro, so we were going to dive into it. It was quite a bit lower down on the notes of things going on, not of level of importance. Maybe the most important. No, I don't know.
Maybe.
Today's show, sponsor, Gus Glass Music. You can find him on Spotify, on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. TikTok. Just search Gus Glasser. He's actually at Mick, which is MC Jim JYM Nasty on Instagram, or just say Gus Glasser. A lot of new content, some new music, and he made me witness or privy to some new music coming out in the future.
All right.
He hasn't even dropped yet. And that was something we'll also get to.
You're like insider information.
Kind of, into the
know.
Into the music scene. It's kind of, I feel like I don't know. I'm like the Adam Scheffler of underground music artists. You know what I mean?
And you only got one cell phone too. No, you got two.
I do have two now. So I got the work line and I got the freaking connections line.
Okay.
And that's, you guys are on the connections line, man.
Yeah. Larry Sanders had the same thing.
Well, Larry Sanders, I watched some Curb on a flight this week, so great. Oh. Today's 2/13. 2 weeks since we've did a show together. 3 weeks since I've done a show with you. 4 weeks since we've all been together. Does that math check out? Timeline?
That sounds right, yeah.
If we did timelines, we'd be on that one. So we're back. We'll get to it now. It was later on the notes. This might be the last show in studio for a while. When does your? Can we talk about it?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
I know we couldn't talk about your heart issues, so. Oh, damn it! I said it.
Heart issues because tomorrow's Valentine's Day and I'm so full of love for my wife.
Oh, there we go.
And it's on Hump Day.
So that was the heart issue.
Yeah.
All right. That'll work out. Hump Day for you. Valentine's Day. Well, let's talk about your thing, and then we'll get to Valentine's Day real quick.
So, next week I won't be here, but I could probably do remote. I'm going back to my traveling pipeline gig. Different gig, same thing. A little bit different, same.
So you were off the road just over a year, 16 months?
Yeah, I'd say August of...
Which you were off the road quite a while before that, but you had went back to doing it.
Yeah, August of... right here. August of 22 is when I was the very end of it.
Was it? Because
remember my first show
August,
we did was in New Mexico.
But we had done some, for a while before you
I
came
left
home
on my
for
40th
good.
birthday was when I...
Your last gig?
Yeah, and I was there for like 2 weeks, so it'd been something like that.
Okay. Well, you're going back on the road, so we'll either you'll remote in or I mean you will.
Yeah.
And I want you to obviously be a part of it. But
Mhm.
you won't be here in studio, so and depending on technology and all that, every time you want to sit here, we'll have you up on the TV. You'll
There we
sit
go.
in the corner. So I don't know if that'll change. You won't have the you probably have the same role. You don't really do anything now, do you?
I don't think
You
so.
just come over to hang out and
Yep.
make sure you talk about Michelle Obama's wiener one time a show.
But
Yeah, so I saw a deal yesterday
Okay,
about Michelle
there you go.
Obama's wiener.
No. What do you guys do anything special for Valentine's Day? That wasn't even on the list, but you brought it up. You do because you're that goober guy. You're new married guy.
No, I mean I give my wife a card and some presents and stuff.
Presents?
Yeah, I
Like
mean
what?
Here, if we're gonna be truthful about Valentine's Day, it's a made up bullshit
100%.
holiday
Oh.
that was made up by women and liberals to
I don't think
sell
liberals
more
have
cards.
nothing to do with this.
Yes,
No.
very so.
I think it's a well-known fact that the owner of Hallmark is a freaking staunch Republican. So don't put that into liberals.
Well, but he was forced by George Soros to.
Oh, here we
invent
go. Oh, so now
Valentine's Day.
he can control your. Okay, no.
Yep.
This will be the last week because I'll mute him. Like next week when he does that and he starts to do that, I'll just mute him. So, okay.
Well, what about you?
Probably, I probably won't do anything. I
Skinman?
might get her.
You've been married for.
I
over
might get her
20
some
years, correct?
chocolates or something,
yeah.
but
Do you do Valentine's Day?
No, I made dinner last night.
Okay.
yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, she might.
Every day is Valentine's Day when I'm married to
I told
my
somebody
wife.
at work the only person really that I ever expected to get me something on Valentine's Day was my mom.
Okay.
And she'd missed it last year for like the first time, other than the 4-year gap where we didn't talk in high school.
Okay.
But it was the first time in my life she had missed it, you know.
I
the
saw.
fifth time in my life.
Speaking of Gap, I saw a deal today where a guy was talking about. He's like, "Man, I used to get a card from a secret admirer on Valentine's Day for every day for 20 years, and then after my grandma died, I just stopped getting them."
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because she
was
the
doing
one
it
doing
for
it.
him, yeah.
That makes sense. Last week I was in Atlanta. Well, actually outside of Atlanta. In Atlanta 3 times.
Did you listen to Welcome to Atlanta?
No.
I fucking hate Atlanta, and I hate driving through it.
It was, dude, that's the worst place I've, to this day, driven in my life. I get off.
Have you driven Los Angeles yet?
Yeah, well, I've rode in Los Angeles.
It's pretty bad, but
We were there on a weekday, and so maybe that. Well, of course, I was leaving town on a freaking Thursday, and it was, of course, I was trying to get to the. I had to be to the airport like at 6, so
Mhm.
you're obviously in rush hour.
yeah.
But I land in Georgia Sunday night, and it's freaking dumping rain, and I go in there, my pick of the lot, because I had reserved a decent car and they didn't have whatever car, and they're like, just go out to G lot and any car out there. And so there was nice trucks and all kinds of things, a freaking Charger and, you know, some pretty cool cars. And then I'm walking and I see a freaking 2023
Lamborghini.
Chevy Malibu. And I drive a 2018 model currently. Looked in there real quick, identical. And had it not been raining, wouldn't have even been I wouldn't have even probably drove it, but I know everything about this car. I'm getting ready to enter the unknown in my world, so I'm like, I'll just take something I know how to drive. Pull out there, get going, 14-lane highway as soon as you, I mean, you drive for a little bit on a 2-lane, a 4-lane, a 8-lane, and then all of a sudden you're like, there's just lanes everywhere, and it's dumping rain. It's 10:15 Sunday night, cars everywhere. Every single person drives with their brights on. I mean, and they're just blasting you. You already can't see. You don't know where you're going. You're trying to follow the fucking, you know, it was an hour and a half or hour 10 drive or whatever to the hotel. You get to freaking this town. It closes at 9. The town closes.
The town closes at 9?
Town closes.
So they let you in though?
Yeah, but you can't. You get to your hotel. Bar closes at 8 on Sunday. No food.
You're in
no
the Bible Belt, bro.
I know. No food, no drinks. Finally, I say something to somebody at work, and they're like, Burger King's open till 11. Boom. Get over to Burger King.
Chicken sandwich?
Get me a little chicken Sammy, you know.
The long one?
No, I did the spicy.
Have you had the long one yet?
No, I haven't. Everybody keeps telling me to. I will.
Okay.
Everybody says the long one's their best.
Yeah.
So,
Long one's
I've had it. Yes.
Best you've ever had, anyways.
I've had it, yes, but not since I'm back to eating chicken.
Okay.
So, trip, dude, it was cool trip, I guess. I mean, work shit. One douchebag in there. And the best way to describe him is the Rex, the sensei from fucking Napoleon Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
And
Rex Kwon-Do?
Yeah, exactly. And you hear something's going.
I don't hear nothing.
I hear something in the headphones, but he was that guy that would sit back in class and like the teacher's teaching and he would tell you shit like, why are you?
'Cause he's a boss man, bro.
Something like that. But he basically was the guy that by the end of it, he was a perfect combination of him and Uncle Rico.
Okay.
Because in his introduction, all of our first names, write your first name down. His was Riggs, which is his last name. And then he said something, and he's like, yeah, and back when I played pro football or semi-pro football, this shit wouldn't have went. And like everybody's like, what? We're just left in awe. Everybody wanted to know what the answer was. We weren't really. And he's like, this world we're living in. I mean, you would have loved him. But
best friends?
Yes, but we came up with Riggs Kwon-Do, and we were talking, because he was that, I came into class one day, and I'd made friends with a bunch of guys because I got drunk, and I was called the racist by him, too. Just because
Proud of you.
Well, no, because you always say I am for the liberal.
Oh, okay,
and
sorry.
it was all joke. I was hanging out with the Cuban dude and the Mexican all night, and then somehow I'm like, well, how the heck would I be? Anyways, but I walked into class, and there's this country boy, John, and he's a fucking hilarious young kid, and we fucking walk in, and I said, sorry, John, I forgot my football. We were going to go out there and break and play catch, and you could see the Appalachian Mountains from where we're at, and he says, I bet you I could throw a football over those mountains.
Hell yeah, he could.
And fucking that, almost right on cue, this Jared dude that was a buddy that was like, he was part of all this, is like, hell yeah, he could. And then this other dude from freaking New Hampshire we met is like, if coach would have just put me in the fourth quarter. And, it was like,
State.
Yeah, we had the whole thing. So it was annoying. I'd ask the teacher like a question, we're workshopping and doing this, and he'd be the guy that you'd ask him something, he'd lean back and be like, well, in my history or my experience, and like,
how old of this guy was?
48, 47, 46. I don't know, but you don't go by your last name in a manager adult setting when somebody says, hey, write your first name on the card.
Yeah, but that's kind of a cool last name.
No, it's not.
You don't think Riggs is a cool
It is
last
a cool last name. I'm sure it's cool. There was a dude in class, last name was Shambo. Why?
That's cool.
That's badass.
You think
Raw Shambo?
Big
I mean, that's what I
Riggs?
kept calling him. There was a dude in class, last name was Smith. He didn't fucking.
Yeah, that ain't cool though.
They called me Funyun in high school. I didn't fucking Funyun.
Yeah, but that's his last name, bro.
It doesn't matter. And even if that's what people call you, you're in a god darn adult situation.
I went to school with
his
a
name
kid.
was Greg Riggs, and that's why he goes by Riggs, because Greg.
I went to school with a kid named
And a tough
Charlie
name.
Riggs.
Yeah.
And he was the first kid in our class to get laid.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure he played semi-pro football.
No, he didn't. He didn't play football. And then I don't think he ever got laid ever again after that.
Yeah, he turned into a weirdo that told fucking stories about the days he never had.
He was like, man, back in my day.
Dude, it was just, they asked something, they're like, what was one of the onboarding processes? What's one of the big strategies you've used to improve employees and, get them in? Sink or swim. It's like,
I tell them motherfuckers to get it going or
he's like,
get gone.
they can't do it, so I just go do it. And I'm like, man, I bet people love working for you. We workshopped, we were in tables of 4.
You don't think everybody else that he works with is just like that?
No, well.
No, I mean at his store.
Well, he's in Knoxville, so maybe.
Johnny Knoxville?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. So, anyways, and then I went and met Gus on Tuesday night, anyways, at a Starbucks in the edge of
Did you have coffee?
No.
Did he?
No.
Okay.
It was just because we knew they had free Wi-Fi and it was semi-neutral. He lives 6 miles away and I was 43.
No, it seems fair.
Well, but here's the thing, because 28 of mine were between the city.
Yeah.
It only took me, it only took me an hour and 40 minutes to get 43 miles. And I missed the exit because you're on a 14-lane highway and it says be in the right 2 lanes to get off, blah, blah. All of a sudden it opens up 2 more lanes. You're in an 18-lane highway.
Yeah.
And it says, now real quick, and by this, I mean it's freaking back to back to
Using
back
Google
traffic.
Maps?
Yes.
Okay.
And they were awesome. They freaking put on the way when we had left the thing. There was a wreck, and it sent me on these kind of weird. And I'm crossing back and forth across the highway, and I'm like, dude, there's no way. And all of a sudden, it dumps me off right in front of it, and it saved me 43 minutes on my drive back. And
it knows.
Yeah, it was. I was amazed. But it was awesome, dude. He's an awesome dude in person.
So when are we gonna see this?
I'm working on it. I'll probably put this show out tonight. I will put
This show or
this
that
show, this show,
Okay.
and then I will put the interview out, and then I still got to put out me and Skinman's show because the file got corrupted, and finally Sunday I was able to figure out a way to fix it enough to be able to release it, and I forgot to hit this button, so we had no audio
my
only.
goodness.
So I did a lot of things wrong. You weren't here to freaking tell me, and
Okay.
so anyways. It was awesome, dude. Awesome dude. Asked a lot of questions. I went to interview him, and I'll be honest, he interviewed me. It was cool, dude. Big afro. Super nice. Everybody in Starbucks, thank you. If you're watching, a couple of the people actually were listened to like some episode, part of an episode while we told him the episode to go listen to the first one he was on.
Okay.
So the girl was up there and downloaded while the guys
Oh,
were,
nice.
yeah, and why they were cleaning up. And we got 2 new followers out of the deal.
Hell
and,
yeah.
And we kept them right till we got done with the thing 5 minutes before close.
Nice.
And we're like, thank you so much. We're packing up. And, dude, I had to bring this board, the laptop. I brought the wireless camera. Wi-Fi not good enough. I ended up having to use the wired camera. Stretching stuff out across the Starbucks. I'm trying to get cords all hooked up out of my bag because we didn't meet there till 8. We were going to try to do a show and clean up before they were closed. So I'm in panic mode. We start out the show. I just drove in this stupid-ass Atlanta traffic, meeting a new dude, set this board up, forgot the battery pack, so I was having to plug all kinds of shit. It was just a mess. But it all worked out. He's an awesome dude. He was understanding. He knew it was my first remote live.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kick-ass, man. It was awesome. Gus, thank you.
Nice.
Other than that, got home, had to drive. I mean, it took, like I said, I couldn't imagine living in that fucking city. It's just stupid.
They couldn't imagine living here.
I had a scary moment where I was on the chicken search when I was down there. I got some of the best wings I've ever had in my life. Awesome breakfast sandwich at Bojangles, which everybody made fun of me because it became a mission for me to get the sandwich because I got kicked out one morning because they were understaffed and said drive-through only. It's like 43 people in the drive-through. Another morning, they just had the front doors closed, and there was like 43 people. And then finally, I got it for dinner. It wasn't very good, and I'm like, but the breakfast has crazy reviews. I'm like, I got to get the breakfast. So next day, freaking packed. There's 40 people working there and 4 people eating there. I'm like, perfect.
Hell yeah.
Got the best breakfast chicken sandwich I've had. So
Did it have eggs with it?
No.
Okay.
I did get a little side of eggs because I hadn't had no. Actually, I'd been having the breakfast. That was the only. I had one night. I had a $79 bar tab on my company at the hotel. Luckily, they say the restaurant, and they do have a nice. I'm like, yeah, I got the filet mignon. They're like, you don't. Well, I just got it because everybody was getting one. You know, I didn't want to seem weird, and I gave it to the other guy, and then I ended up buying everybody drinks. And so
Tell you what, I don't like Skinman being behind me, and I can't see him.
I know. I figured it was weird. I told you it was always weird.
Like I can just feel him back here, but I just can't see him.
Is it better when I whisper?
It's kind of creepier. I don't know.
If I turn the screen around where you can see it, would it be better?
It wouldn't help.
Yeah.
He's got it on his phone.
Well,
I can see him here, but
and imagine how it was for me always. That's why.
you're used to dudes being behind you.
That's true. That's true. I can't. Where'd you watch the Super Bowl?
At my house.
You were.
I was out at Kevin's.
Kevin's.
Yeah. Old Panama Red himself.
How many people do you have over there?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Carrying some numbers.
Yeah, no, this
9.
is drinking, food, just a whole good time.
Yeah.
So you're the only.
He was frying fish and French fries.
He brought over the smoker.
Yeah, I took a smoker. Did a bunch of brats with pecan wood.
Okay.
Pecan?
Yeah.
Did you have wood while you were cooking on pecan wood?
No, I was drinking the salted caramel.
Did you work Monday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was on time Monday as well. So.
Okay.
Yeah, the salted caramel Crown Royal
Pretty good.
and Keystone Lights.
Ooh.
Were you
was,
that was your mixer?
No, it was,
Oh.
just drinking beer and horking whiskey
Okay. Did you have your flask or just drink it
No,
out of the
I did-
bottle or?
out of the bottle.
All right.
Yeah, it cuts
Little-
out the middleman that way.
Little bottle, big bottle.
Well, it was left over. It's a fifth.
Okay. All right.
Speaking of that, so
And
the guy that got me my gig, this pipeline
Yeah.
gig, Chris Rucker, I owe him a bottle, whatever, of whiskey of his choice. So
For getting you a job?
yeah, I mean,
King Louis.
he did
Looking
help.
out for a homie?
Yeah, I said, you just tell me whatever you want. And I'll
Listen
get it
here,
for you."
buddy. You don't owe me nothing, man. I'm just glad to have you on board,
He
man.
pretty
Back
much
on the
talks like
pipeline.
that.
Back on the
It's not
pipeline.
much- It's not much different than that.
Oh man, I've been work. You know where I just was. I mean, and half the people from class were from Georgia,
Those
Alabama,
Kunasses
Florida.
all talk like that.
Well, I don't think very many of them would have been appreciative of me calling them a coon ass.
I'm telling you, it's endearment.
It never came up where we were.
Stevie V says, "Hell yeah, another Keystone Light, man."
Yeah.
What was your takeaway from the Super Bowl?
Rigged.
It was a close game. I loved it. It was very entertaining. The beers were cold, and
You had good company, so you were the
Oh,
only
yeah.
one, and I had good company. It was me and my wife and dogs. My son was at his wife's.
Randy was there.
Okay.
Randy was there, and our other buddy KB, he was there. He was drinking Elijah Craig.
What's that? Whiskey?
Yeah.
It sounds like some dude's pee, but
Oh, it was. There wasn't.
was it like Old
There
Crow?
might have been 2 sober eyes in the room,
Okay.
but they weren't on the same person.
I had maybe 3 or 4 beers, and
I only had 2 beers, and then I quit counting them.
yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. I had a. This was the first year. I'll be honest. I didn't get a single Super Bowl invite. Every year of my life, and multiple years. Last year was only 2, but years before that it was 5, 6, 7, 8. Part of it's I'm in a new job, and so some of all of the ones over the years have been people I met at Suburban, people I met or whatever. But I've blown so many people off for so long that
My favorite Super Bowl party ever was at Brian's when was it Colts and Bears play when Hester ran the opening kickoff back. That
Yeah.
was the favorite Super Bowl party I've ever been to.
see, I did probably 4 or 5 with those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you have your groups of people, and then, but Skaggs or one of my, every year it's been Hirsch or Skaggs, or we did, for the last couple of years, we did, well, not last year, but 4 years, 5 years before that, we did one for the show.
Yeah.
And so I'd kind of blown at it, so you just, again, you stop getting it. Even through those years, I would get 4 or 5 invites.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just weird. My wife's like, you could text
Anybody.
Yeah. And you had plenty of places to go hang out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know. And that's not even, I had just got back in town. I really didn't want to do a lot. I knew I would have drank a lot.
So
And I had-
instead, you just did the sad Charlie Brown walk and then just went to your room and watched the game on your phone?
No, just me and the wife hung out, and I was playing a video game on my phone, watching episodes of Shameless, catching up on some work. To me, honestly, the first 2.5 quarters sucked balls.
Yeah, that's what I told my wife. It's like,
Yeah, it wasn't until probably the last 5 minutes of the third quarter, the fourth quarter, and overtime that the game was entertaining to me
you
to
just
watch.
knew as soon as it went to overtime, the Chiefs are going to win no matter what.
I knew when the 49ers took the kickoff that they were going to win no matter what.
Did you see
Players saying they didn't know the rules?
Yeah,
and
whatever the fuck his name, the fullback, and he was like, "Oh, honestly, we didn't know the rules." Well,
Juice Tech or
what's it, the ref clearly explained them?
yeah, right in
before
the beginning
right
and
there.
all of that. But if you're the coach,
And Tony Romo said it. Like, how did he not listen to Tony Romo?
that's what I said. But I don't get if you're the coach how when you know those rules, it's
But-
not sudden death how you take the ball first.
I think they should just go to college rules on it. It'd be so much better, so much fun.
Yeah, but to me that was cool because you played until somebody won. It's kind of like the hockey rules
Yeah.
almost, and I don't mind it. I wasn't even aware that when it was winding down that they would have went to another quarter.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, and then
Even had
until-
they been
until
behind.
Romo said it. I was
Yeah,
like,
I was
oh
like,
shit.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
like, shouldn't they hurry up?
That
Like, what's gonna happen?
Well, even then, I was like, well, no, you kind of kill time. You don't want to give them any time if it
I
is.
guess I just kind of thought I would just until they've turned it over on downs or scored.
Yeah, there was a lot of things. I thought
I don't see the point of even having time. It should just be like play.
you're
play
right
clocks.
because I think they're just used to time. It's almost
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it's not really rigged, but sometimes it just really
Well,
seems
well,
like
they are. This year was definitely like last year. You were kind of like, man, it was crazy that they won because they really didn't. You didn't think through a lot of the year they had the best team. This year, you're kind of like, yeah. I had told people weeks 5, 6, 7, they're going to win. All the Chiefs fans, they're like, oh, they're not as good. I'm like, but they got the best quarterback. Like in a league where there's only 4 or 5 true elite quarterbacks, they got literally the guy that can. He'll stick it in you. He's like that, I don't remember what that was, unnecessary roughness or one of those where he threw it so hard it stuck in his helmet. He's like, he'll find
unnecessary roughness.
Yeah, he'll find a way to make you accidentally catch it,
It's just like, there's just moments in the game, it's just like, what the fuck? Like, the few times that he doesn't run ever, and all of a sudden he just runs and gets a fucking 30-yard run out of it. And
but do you watch him play very often?
Yeah, but
he does do that quite a bit.
He does, but I mean, it's just like the whole game, it doesn't happen, and all of a sudden that happens. And
But
then,
that's the first time you look for it.
On the game-winning play, fucking Bosa gets like wrapped, bear hugged up, and thrown on the ground, and nothing, and then they score and win the game.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, there's plenty of those
calls.
things, and you can go back and do
You
1,000
can find,
of
you
them,
can find
but
any of them, but it's just like always, I don't know. And
it's just one of those years that's weird because it's almost like some of those years
it was to their benefit
New
for
England
them to win.
Won where they weren't really the best team. They won 10 games or 11 games, and then
it's to the NFL's benefit that they kept them for them to win, just because the whole
I get
Taylor
Swift
bullshit.
thing, but they won the year before and they won 2. So if you're saying scripted, did they script out 3 years ago, 5 years ago?
It's just becoming more obvious. I think.
Yeah. Well, everybody said it all year because they were going off the colors of the emblem. It was going to be Baltimore and
49ers, but
and
I
then
guess
they
the
flipped
red
the
was
script, and then they so
yeah.
I think it takes the fun out of it. I can't say.
I just don't like watching it really. I'd rather watch fucking Grambling State and somebody else play than the NFL.
Oh, see, I enjoy it still, and
that's because you love the Cowboys. Though.
No, but I enjoy. Like I said, I watched all of this. I watched most every playoff game. I watched.
Yeah,
I usually watch Red Zone. When the Cowboys aren't playing because I'm a fantasy football guy.
Yeah, but you're not the champion. Even.
Yeah, I know. Even though I played in the championship, I sucked. But
yeah.
What was your favorite commercial? Were any stand out to you?
Ask Skinman first. I gotta think about it.
Skinman, any commercials stand out to you? Were you drinking too much?
They were all pretty lame.
I watched
stand out to me. The Jesus one stood out the most to me.
Okay.
I guess if I'm thinking about it, I think about the Tom Brady and Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and the Dunkin' Donut shit. Like, how much did they have to pay fucking Ben Affleck to go rap and fucking wear Dunkin' Donut giddy up
Well,
like
some of that was great too because they had he's like, I knew I'd get you here because you're my friend or whatever.
Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of his. At work, the consensus one was the Arnold Schwarzenegger State Farm one.
Yeah. What is it? Neighbor.
Yeah, Neighbor. And then Danny DeVito. That was what made it saved
the twins
it for me.
At the end. Yeah.
Yeah, when he walks out,
yeah.
that was great. And I would kill anything to see.
They're making another one.
I heard they are, but
I think it's already made.
The Uber Eats one where they were at the house, and I don't know, that was a highly ranked one.
I didn't mind.
There was another one with Jennifer Aniston. That one I don't remember it, but I remember her from it because for 60 or whatever she is, still looking pretty decent.
I didn't think so at all. But you know which one now that I'm thinking about is David was in the one where they shoot the champagne fucking from the helicopter into the board meeting.
Yep.
Yeah. My wife was really, and the kids were really into that show that he was on. What was it called?
I don't.
With him and his dad were on it.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't.
Schitt's Creek, yeah.
There you go.
They're like, ooh, David. Like, how many times we've heard that in our house?
That's why I told
David.
you I was watching that whole series, and you're like, I didn't really like it that much. And
I didn't like it at first, but then it's just like, he's so fucking funny. His dad's funny. And
once you get used to it and you're comfortable with it all.
What's her name? What's the mom's name?
I don't remember, but.
Moira.
Yeah, Moira.
And everybody was funny.
She's the one
show.
that killed the show for me.
You didn't like her?
No.
No, I
think she was supposed to kind of be unlikable to people, but I thought she was funny.
She's a great actress.
Yeah. I like her as Kevin's mom.
Whatever the word that nobody can pronounce right, the Venmo or
Venmo?
No.
Vivo.
Vivo or whatever. They had like 4 or 5. Everybody was complaining. Everybody was text or Facebooking yesterday. How do you say that?
Oh, yeah.
So it was, to me, and maybe I just didn't, it was probably some of the least memorable commercials, but I also didn't do as good job paying attention to commercials. We had other stuff going on, and like I said, I was working on work stuff and should have been paying attention to commercials.
Yeah.
I was outside horking whiskey when the commercials were on.
Well, I wouldn't have. I'm glad that you watched the show, to be on, or watched the game. I'll be honest. I was torn. I figured you would, because there would be entertainment involved in cooking and all that. And
Well, win or lose, my friends are really avid Chiefs fans, and just to see them at their happiest or their saddest,
Yeah.
I wanted to be there for them, whichever way it was going to go.
okay.
Luckily, I didn't have to get anybody a sympathy card,
No, I thought for a while this was a torn one.
except for Steve.
This was a torn one for me because, well, actually, it really was. This is the first time I probably ever completely rooted for the Chiefs because,
Really?
well,
Just because you didn't want the Niners to win?
yeah, if you're a Cowboys fan, one, that gives the 49ers 6 and they move above you in titles or whatever. But two, they're probably one of our all-time rivals. Them, the Steelers, and then everybody in our division.
Yeah.
So, and for a lot of years, I got to watch Andy Reid in our division, and he made teams that weren't very good, kept taking them to NFC Championship. And he may arguably be, at this point, one of the best coaches or top 5 coaches of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can Mahomes factor all that. Mahomes didn't play that good in college. I mean, there's all that things. I think if you don't, it's kind of like the Tom Brady Belichick. If you don't marry them two, I don't think neither one of them are successful. And I think Reid had retired long ago had they, not won these.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to hold on for at least another couple years of cheeseburgers and
Mm-hmm.
until he dies.
Let me get them nuggies.
Let me get those nuggets. That's still my favorite commercial.
That's my
They
favorite commercial.
They should have made like another version of that.
Yeah.
Like how you don't make another version of that.
Mhm.
Have you seen that commercial?
No.
It's
Oh my
they're
God.
at Wendy's and they're talking.
I don't know if
about-
it's actually Wendy's.
It looked
but
like it was, anyways, and it's a State Farm commercial, and Patrick's talking about something. And he's eating a cheeseburger, and then he's like, "Now let me get a hold of them nuggies," and he walks his fingers across the table to get a hold of the nuggies.
and he's got these big freaking
just sausage fingers.
sausage fingers just going across the
Let me
finger.
see them nuggies.
And then Mahomes
Yeah.
pulls him back.
Pulls them back.
And it's hard to not. I mean, I don't know.
He's likable.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, and so much of their team is likable.
Yeah.
Really, like, even at work, everybody wants to give me shit because I'm the Cowboys fan, and even like my boss, they became, most of my good friends have became sympathetic Cowboys friends. He's the only one that has it. He sends me everything negative.
Yeah, but I
that he
like the
sees
Cowboys.
I know you do. I'm just messing
But
with
I
you.
do like to send
But the day after they lose something, he sends me every single.
funny Cowboy thing. Yeah.
You say funny, I say just brings up sad, bad memories. And like after Cowboys losses, not in like regular season. I used to in regular season, but only this time of year when they're done. I try to take a couple weeks off of watching Sports Center, or I'll watch literally simply the football games and don't watch, and I stay off of the sports apps because I just don't want to, and even social media, because you either like the Cowboys or you fucking hate them, and there's
Yeah.
a lot of people that hate them, and it just gets annoying to see all the time. So
I got a situation here.
Okay.
Okay. If you're in a long hallway.
I know you don't, because we're getting ready to get to the fucking the weight loss competition.
Okay.
So I know you don't have a
We don't even
situation.
have a scale out here.
No, I'm just saying, I know you don't have a situation. A situation's that, like the 8-pack thing going on.
Man, just picked the wrong time to talk about this because my Aunt Vicky just got on here. But okay.
That's okay.
If you were in a long hallway and you could only walk down it, Aunt Vicky, turn off. If you're in a long hallway and you could only walk down it turned sideways, and one side is all men and the other side is all women and everybody's naked, which way are you facing? Think about it.
Are the guys facing forward or
you gotta go face to face with one. So you're either sword fighting.
Well, I'm gonna stare at the girls.
But the guys
How
would be
many are
facing
going
behind
in your
you.
butt?
Well, why am I assuming that they're all want to poke my dirty hairy butt?
I mean, that's just the way. This is the situation.
So you're saying
You're
this
either
is?
they're gonna be rubbing against your butt, or you're gonna be rubbing face to face with them.
I don't think I'll turn a guy on. So again, I'm gonna put my junk up against any woman before I'm gonna smash between two legs of a dude. I don't think I'll turn him on.
Yeah.
And even if he does, at least I'll have a pretty woman to look at while there's a sword poking me in the butt. You know?
Cousin Sean said, just wanted to text you so I can watch you. Check your watch.
I don't know what that means.
I guess.
Oh, he wants to watch you watch your watch while he's watching you?
I guess, yeah.
There's a lot of watching going on.
So you would...
Watching you.
So
yes, I would look at the woman and let a dingle touch my butt.
Man?
I don't know. There's not a right answer.
There isn't. I mean, it's a hard thing.
Well, you would be hard either way, and that's the problem. You take this. See, here's the thing about like you. You're that so teetering on the fence guy that you hate one side so much. No, but you're afraid that you assume that if a guy turns his ass to you, you're gonna get erect.
I'm just saying it's gonna rub against you. Which way you want it rubbing, on your front or your back?
Yeah,
on my butt. Because as long as I don't think I can get him hard, and I don't care about a soft wiener poking against my butt.
Okay.
So put me down for the sword fighting.
Okay.
Because after every sword fight, you know, just that, I was like, cheers, good game, cheers.
By the end,
What?
you'd be down.
So what is that way you're going?
Probably.
But see, that's because you're so homophobic, though. I think,
I
and I don't even want to mean.
That's a bad thing.
I don't mean Well, you are homophobic. No, I don't mean like you're like that gay basher or whatever. But you're so worried about possibly being turned on by a guy
You think
that
I don't think so. I don't think so.
What would you do?
Listen here, bud. I ain't
you
into
started,
that shit at all.
if you accidentally started because all of a sudden you felt the boob rub up against your back and you started like you felt it move, how quick would you fucking turn
but
around?
I got like a big ass, so I don't think any girl's boobs would be hitting me in the back.
So again, you feel the hair of her unshaven
maybe
woman's parts rub it against your A.
You could like that a little bit. So I don't know. It's a catch-20 thing. So you're
well, yeah,
back
because
and
no
you're
matter
front.
how about this?
And
No
I'm
matter
just the
what,
ref.
if I accidentally get hard, at least I'm facing her. So even if it can never be proven that I don't like his wiener poking my rear.
I'm just the ref in this one, so this was for you guys.
No, it wasn't. This is you've already given us your answer.
No, I just
That's
said
a cop-out, officer.
Skinman. Oh, they heard it, but we barely did.
I barely.
Things you shouldn't find in an airport bag for $500, Alex.
Hold on a second. News.
There we go.
Better.
Things you shouldn't find in an airport bag for $500, Alex.
Is what I wrote. The headline?
CBP dog sniffs out something unusual in passenger's luggage. Mummified mummies.
Just for future, take the thing where take that part out. Just dogs. Go ahead.
It's too late.
Dog sniffs out something unusual in passenger's luggage. Mummified monkeys.
Huh.
I seen the picture.
Where was this at?
Boston.
Baston? I know he's got.
We had a guy from class in Baston. From Baston.
I know Skinman's.
And
got
dude,
a
every
Boston
time he would talk about Pats, and he was like 75, and he was just getting into the industry. And dude, his Pats tack was so awesome.
You got a Baston accent.
A
Skinman?
U.S. Customs report. Border protection. Dog sniffed out something unusual in the luggage from a traveler returning from Africa. Mummified monkeys. No. They were monkeys.
But they're
The
still
passenger
mummified.
returning from a visit in the Democratic Republic of Congo reported the luggage contained dried fish. An inspection at Boston Logan Airport revealed dead, dehydrated bodies of 4 monkeys.
Johnson, you ain't gonna believe this shit.
This fucker's
Get down here.
This fucker's got a fucking monkey in here.
Get down here to baggage claim. Dude, I just found 4 fucking... No, not the... Hold on. 4 fucking monkeys. Mummified. Yes, the ones that climb in trees and shit. Yes, Johnson, you are fucking racist.
How big were they?
They're small. You got 4 of them in a bag. I'm going to be honest with you. Come, Johnson, would you come down here and check them
I
out?
wonder if they look like remember the alien mummified thing? They're like that small.
there's a picture. We'll come down and check him out, and you'll see him. I mean, just Johnson. I mean, it's not even funny no more. Just come over here and see the fucking monkeys.
The traveler said he bought the monkeys into the U.S. for his own consumption. The sick son of a bitch is going to be eating these monkeys.
Monkey sandwiches.
In a lot of TJ stories, I ask, did you just make that up?
Consumption.
What the? And they're mummified though.
They must be good.
Crunchy.
When they say mummified, maybe they mean freaking like dried.
Jerky.
You know, like you fucking make your jerky. They make fucking monkey fucking jerky here in Boston.
So to solidify that I'm not making it up, raw or minimally processed meat from wild animals, sometimes referred to as bushmeat, is banned in the U.S. because of the threat of disease.
Do they talk about how many?
That's where fucking COVID came from.
No, and AIDS.
Yeah.
Did they talk about? Well, I think it was bats on COVID. It was definitely monkey. Well, I'm pretty
AIDS
sure it
came
was
from
monkey.
monkeys,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And Outbreak, whatever they fucking had, that came from a fucking.
That was fucking Morgan Freeman too.
Oh, that was a great fucking movie, man.
That's
Dustin Hoffman and Morgan. See, I suck at pulling out names. I just pulled Dustin Hoffman right out of my ass,
I just remember them in
like the
fucking
fifth monkey they didn't find that he smuggled into the country
that fucking them
in
big
his
old suits
ass.
they were wearing.
Dude, I just watched an episode of Shameless, and I know you guys neither. You haven't got there, and you put it on your watch list.
It's on my
You
list.
watched the 3 episodes, and you like the UK version better. But I just watched an episode where he shoved 18 bags of cocaine up his ass.
How big?
Big, like each one like this big.
Up his ass?
Yeah, and the whole episode, like he gets there, and they're like, "You broke a record, man! Like the most we've ever had."
Who did? The dad?
Yeah, Frank.
That's about right.
Yeah, and they're like, "You broke a record, man. The most we've ever had was 9. Like you fucking doubled it." It was a girl actually, but then it all happens, and he craps him out, and then he gets back to his house, and he's sitting around. All of a sudden, he goes to the bathroom, and he goes 18, 19, and he got one back to his house, but it just made me think of so that guy in Boston could have got a 5th monkey.
Yeah.
Rectum shoved. We told an episode where I couldn't even get a suppository.
Well, he must still have it because it's not in the report.
I couldn't do a suppository, and there's people shoving like balloons of cocaine up their rectum. So,
no charges were filed, but the luggage was seized, and nearly 9 pounds of bushmeat were marked for destruction by
those guys ate them that night.
Oh, they took it home. They're like, we're not gonna fucking.
Yeah, what do they do? Throw it in the fucking incinerator out there at the fucking airport?
No, they're fucking doing it, man. They're eating that shit.
Yeah, would you
eat monkey?
Yeah,
0.
Okay,
no. To me, that would be along the lines of eating dog or.
Skinman, would you eat a monkey?
Not.
If somebody prepared it for you and handed it to you and said, "Hey,
in death's
this is
dying
monkey."
door, maybe, or like in a survival situation.
I don't think I'd eat anything mummified.
No. I'm just talking about regular cooked monkey. Someone handed it to you as like a piece of meat and said, "Here you go.
Try this hors d'oeuvre."
Oh, I'd put it on the smoker.
No, it's already cooked. Someone hands it to you and says, "Here
How'd
you go."
they cook it?
However you like it.
They smoked it on your smoker.
Did they put? No, they would
With
not.
pecan.
Yeah, they use your pecan
They would not?
Yes, they would.
No.
So whatever way you'd want your monkey
It's
cooked.
fucking Kevin. He came
it's-
over with 2 exotic things. One exotic, you know what, and the other an exotic meat. And he doesn't tell you what it is. And he says, "We're smoking this shit, and we're smoking this shit." And
By the way, it was a monkey after you ate it.
and after you're eating it, there's an episode of Always Sunny that it's human.
I would try monkey.
Would you eat human?
No.
Okay.
I mean, again,
I wouldn't eat a lot of human.
in survival situation, yes.
Okay.
Or maybe even like somebody I absolutely hated.
Would you rather eat somebody you hate or somebody you like?
I'd rather eat somebody I hate so I could shit them out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I just want.
You're
their-
my shit, bitch.
I would just want their calf from their left.
You wouldn't get a
leg.
lot from Casey.
No, you would not. You would not even.
Just an hors d'oeuvre.
Yeah, like a.
What if you had to eat my tricep? You could eat on that for a fucking.
Oh,
long
here
time.
we go.
Oh, I could eat that tricep.
Oh,
in
here
one
we
setting.
go.
It'd be tough though.
I could get more off your fucking tits than I could off your tricep.
I don't have much there either. Get
No,
off
you
my
gotta-
gut
you
if we're gonna go ahead and
tenderize
talk
it.
about that.
But it's all fat. You don't want to eat fat.
Fat's good for you, bro.
No, you got to tenderize it.
Sustainable.
The first place we're going in both of your situations is ass, just like they did on the fucking plane situation. It's the best meat on a human, from what I've been told. Then I'm going to fucking
what is that?
Thighs and fucking hams.
Alive?
I'm going legs, and then
I think that tricep sounds pretty tasty.
no way, not with this guy. He's got so much fucking steroid muscle in there. I don't want that shit.
I mean, steroid muscle.
I don't want that shit.
I've got a really good meat tenderizer.
He's got a really good tricep recipe.
No, man, I'm going on TJ particularly. I'm going ass to for sure legs because he's got some meat there. I'm gonna fucking get those, probably some of those calves, and then I'm gonna move probably
rib meat.
Some rib meat.
Yeah, I probably got some good rib meat.
Probably got some good rib meat, and then I'm gonna fucking make some wings out of those fucking seps.
That's what I do.
So, yeah, if I'm eating a person, that's how I'm doing it. You want to do one more, Skin Man?
You want me to throw a joke in there real quick?
Yeah, you haven't. I was gonna see if you had anything.
I got 2 jokes.
I knew you had a long week, so.
I told my wife I could make a car out of spaghetti. You should have seen her face when I drove past him.
That's the first one that wasn't in any way
sexual or dirty or anything.
Or it could. I mean, maybe not.
I
even
have a derogatory one towards women. If you want to hear that.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. If God didn't want women to cook, then why did He put milk and eggs in their body?
Boom.
That's true.
I can't even argue that, and I'm probably the least chauvinistic of all of us.
Well, she wouldn't need a watch because there's a clock on the stove.
Yep.
Well, at least you don't need a watch because there's a clock on the stove. Oh, you said wouldn't need. I thought you said wouldn't eat.
Oh, no, she wouldn't.
That didn't even make sense to me.
No.
And I was still correcting you.
Doesn't make sense to anyone.
Didn't work.
Sometimes you gotta push it twice. News.
I'd like to report a drunk driver, officer. It's me.
This one made me fucking laugh.
Motorist in England calls police to report he's too drunk to drive.
People in England do stupid stuff.
Police say in England a drunken driver did the right thing after doing the wrong thing.
And how could people say that the best Office and the best Shameless came out of fucking UK? You're wrong. You're wrong.
That's your opinion.
You're wrong. It's not an opinion.
No, it's your opinion.
It's a fact.
Look it up.
I've looked it up, and the facts are in.
We'll just Google it real quick.
No, not other than Benny Hill and fucking Mr. Bean. Nothing good has came from England.
Why do you have to wake up every morning and choose violence?
What part of violence did I choose?
So I like it.
Listen, we left the.
You're just making up things. to be mad about.
We left that red nation for a fucking reason.
We who?
Us, America.
You've never been over there.
That's true. I was Scottish and I didn't have to fight in that war either. So thank you. But American, the Constitution we set up was based on the tyranny that they projected on us. And
you think?
You say we. How old are you?
I am 423 years old.
Your math sucks.
All right, I'm
1776 to now.
281. I don't know. We had the bicentennial when I was some age, and then add some years to it, and that's science, bud. That's science. 257 years ago. Still wrong. I don't care.
An emergency dispatcher received an unusual call just before noon Monday, when a motorist reported he was driving drunk and said, doesn't know what he's doing.
Fucking car keeps fucking ramming in shit. I thought it was a smart car. Hey, give me that
Tesla.
Give me that virus.
So can you get a DUI if you're in your Tesla and it's driving you home?
Yes.
Why?
Because you're still operating the vehicle. It's the same reason you can get a DUI if you're parked in a parking lot with the keys in your car and you in the back seat.
That, yeah.
So
you'd think, I mean, what's the difference between a Tesla driving you home and a taxi driving you home?
Because if the sensor goes bad,
I think there's
and then it doesn't
there's
drive
rules
itself.
about all that shit, man. You can't sit in the passenger seat and let it do it. You can't.
You can masturbate while you're in a Tesla.
Now, if
I
you
can
just,
masturbate in my S10 and it's a stick, bro.
Now, if you climb in the trunk to where the cops can't see you,
they're just like this. This car's driving itself, man.
Just in your life, how many times have you had sexual activities in a vehicle?
Oh.
Never.
Wow.
Not, and well, we can split it into self and others. Hold on about this. More others than self. TJ, you know that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
You're a road cat.
No.
You're a road cat. I don't care how many times you've had sex with a girl in the car, you've still had sex with yourself more times.
Never.
And I'll still say that mine is, especially at a young age, like when I lived in a house where I had 3 to 4 roommates, and 2 of them lived in my fucking bedroom, and the bathroom, so to jerk off, it was almost easier to go fucking drive out in the country and just go drive a dirt road and do it, man. I didn't even park. I just drove. It almost made it fun because you're like gunning it. By the end, you're like doing 90 right before you.
You're disgusting.
And a dead end's coming up, and you're like, you can't, like, if I go to break, it's like, oh man, I gotta finish.
Slam on the brake.
Oh man, some of the greatest times of my life spent jerking off on dirt roads.
You're sick.
Are your story done?
When officers arrived, the 52-year-old man was in a van on the side of the road. A breath test revealed he was 3 times over the legal limit. That a kid. He was arrested Monday and held in custody and released after being charged Tuesday with
Look it up.
drunken driving in court.
I can't believe you didn't. You did a Boston, but you didn't do. Is it because I hated him so much at the beginning of this? You didn't want to do your.
I wasn't gonna rip the Band-Aid off of that.
You weren't gonna be a British guy for me.
Nope.
I don't really have no problem with him. I don't care if we left him. I mean, literally, I came over here after it was over. We waited until it was over, and like, oh, they're free over there. Yeah, let's go.
So legal limit in England, Wales, Northern Ireland for driving is 80 milligrams of alcohol per 100 milliliters of blood, or 35 micrograms of alcohol per 100 milliliters of breath.
That's number wang.
Is there a way to cross that to American? Say verse.
Okay, here we go.
Put verse America.
There we go. 0.08 legal limit as the U.S., but Scotland has lower 0.05.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think it's actually lower in most countries. They have stricter laws, and like I know in Germany, if you get 1 DUI, I don't know if it is still at one point. If you got 1
beheading.
Well, it's not quite that. That's Saudi Arabia. But in Germany, I believe it's like a 4-year suspension of your driver's license.
Yeah.
And then something else. But
can you imagine somebody drunk on the Autobahn?
Yeah, buddy.
They're doing 140
How
in
fucking
the slow lane.
Tell me that wouldn't. Tell me that's not up there on your bucket list.
That's
I feel so alive.
That's kilometers zone.
Dude, like even like that's one of the fastest I've ever been driving a vehicle was 165.
Mm-hmm.
And I have this dream to do 200. But imagine 200 sober versus fucking 200 drunk. Like if you had a situation where you knew even if you wrecked or it was where you couldn't wreck or it was how badass would it,
Yeah.
How much more fun would it be?
I don't know.
You don't drink, so you don't know.
Yep.
What else you got? Nothing?
Yes, we need to talk about wrestling and what's going on.
What's going on with wrestling?
We haven't had a show since Royal Rumble.
Yeah, a lot happened there.
Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble. You and I talked about this Friday, and it came down to CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, and I'm almost 100% certain, in my head anyways, that Punk was supposed to win it, but he tore his tricep. And during the he did it like earlier in the match. Drew McIntyre actually did it to him. But I think they changed it and put Cody because the whole plan was to put Rock and Roman together at WrestleMania. Now they switched it to Cody. They had Cody come out on SmackDown. He said, "I'm going to finish my story with you, Rock, but it's not going to be at WrestleMania."
With Roman.
Yes. With Roman. And then all of the Cody crybabies started fucking crying all over the internet, kind of like the Daniel Bryan thing from 10 years ago, which is kind of fitting. And they're like, we want Cody. It was #1 trending in the world for quite a while.
Yeah.
And So then when he came out on Monday Night Raw,
How big of losers are wrestling guys?
Like fucking
I'm just saying
nerds.
if they can control a trend.
Yeah, fucking nerds, man.
Because it's normally liberals that can control trends.
I would say most wrestling fans are probably liberals.
I don't think that's true.
You don't think so?
No.
I'd say it's,
I think they're Republicans that live in their parents' basements. I think they're the fake
I don't
ones.
think very many Republicans live with their parents.
I don't think that's true at all.
I think that's...
That's why trends don't last very long.
See?
Thank you.
Because the liberals give up and they just bitch about something else.
Yeah.
Aw. That's the truth. I'm
Thanks,
not a
Skinman.
liberal.
Not anymore. Okay, anyways.
I've never been a liberal.
Any of our listeners want to weigh in on
I've maybe played
Casey
the
is a
role,
liberal
but
or
I've
not?
never been a liberal.
Can we go back and look at all your Facebook posts from 2020 when Trump was running and tell us if you
and
were
tell me that
liberal or not?
any of them were, other than I'm tired of this red troll. Or
No, you're like, fucking Republicans, fuck you,
I don't
man.
think none of that's true.
You're like, I'm going to go fucking protest out in the street.
Nope.
And fucking take my clothes off and
Nope.
fucking
I think the only
finger
one
bang
of the
my
most
butt.
other was basically.
You were the most hateful you've ever been in your life at that point.
Yeah, but more about following a false leader was most of what mine
Fuck
were.
Donald Trump.
Never
That's
said
what you-
that.
Yeah, you
Nope.
were.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't like Donald Trump.
Nope.
Nope, sure don't.
We can go pull all of them up.
Can we go back to what we were talking about, wrestling?
Yeah.
You were a liberal. Hell, you know what? There's
No,
3 of us in here.
I'm
Casey a
anti-Trump.
liberal or not?
That when he said that he was not a liberal and he's never been a
Yeah.
liberal, hands down, that's the funniest thing he's ever said.
I think so too, but can we just a show of hands if Casey is or was a liberal at some point in his life? Thank you. Okay.
Will you consider a Democrat a liberal? Because I'm not like the.
You weren't a blue-haired fucking they them liberal, but you were
I was
a liberal.
anti-fucking douchebag Trump.
You
I've
were
never.
a liberal before that.
I don't know if that's true.
I think that's true.
I've always been a Democrat, but there's to me a very fine
now
line.
there's a huge difference.
I
yes.
think there's always been
Now
a very
you are
fine
not-
line.
You're not that big of a liberal, but you still are a liberal.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. What were we talking about?
And you're still gay. You're not.
That's okay. Cody, okay, so
yeah,
they had-
wrestling.
Yes, so
not gay stuff. Wrestling.
non-gay stuff, wrestling. So they had that WrestleMania, whatever. It's like a press conference in Vegas right before the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Press conference.
And
that was where he came up with the "Would you face the girl or the guy?"
yeah, so Seth came out first, and he was out there talking shit about how he wants to wrestle Cody or whatever.
Yeah.
Then he calls out Cody Rhodes, and Roman comes out. And Roman's like, hey, you're still out here fucking dancing around your wife's shoes like a little bitch-made boy. You're second place. It's a fucking loser's bracket. Winner's bracket's with me. I get a pick because Cody's being indecisive, and I choose The Rock.
Okay.
Well, then The Rock comes out, and he's talking about Samoa history and that they're fucking bound by blood. And
More gay shit.
so come to find out, I read that they're not really even blood related because The Rock's mom isn't really part of that family or something like that. She's
Okay.
adopted, something.
Okay.
So anyways,
But
then,
if-
then
but
Cody
all
comes.
Samoan people are related, so they're-
Yeah.
and all people are related.
Yeah, for sure. We're all human.
Human.
Yeah, we all have blood.
Okay.
So Cody comes back out. He's like, no, you don't fucking get this is bull. He actually said it. He said, this is bullshit. And he comes out.
Do it with. This is bullshit.
Nah, it's got to get the fat tongue.
I know he does. Yeah, he's got like the hair lip and the tongue. I don't know.
think he has hair. He's very a handsome dude, don't you think?
Who, Cody? Yeah, he's a good looking guy.
And he wears the nice suits. That really helps.
Yeah, he's not bad. You know, yeah.
You think he's better looking than Roman, or Roman's better looking than him?
He's better looking than Roman. Yeah.
You think? Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, not bad.
Okay.
Good looking
So, who's gay now?
I still say it's you. I mean, I've kind of
Okay.
always said it was you.
So, anyways, he comes out.
There's a deep
and-
closet and there's 4 doors on it, and you're hidden behind all of them.
Are they like they're closet doors that fold?
Yeah,
up
they're
on each
all
other?
accordion
Yeah,
doors.
Accordion doors.
And there's
TJ's back there in Narnia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like through the fucking fancy ass coat.
watching 80s movies
Yeah.
and just
Hell
doing all
yeah.
kinds of gay stuff.
Speaking of 80s movies, you know what I've been listening to at the gym? Rocky IV soundtrack while I'm working out.
Oh, it's awesome.
That's
Fuck
great.
Yeah, it is.
That's
I
great.
have it on vinyl.
It's badass. So Cody comes out and he starts saying, "It's not your decision, man. It's my decision." And
There you go. That was a pretty decent.
that's
That
more
wasn't
like
bad.
that was more dusty.
That
than
was
it
kind of like
Cody.
that was Renee Stevenson mixed with like dusty, you know.
Guys, want to come sniff up this coke with me? And everybody.
I don't know
wants
what that
fingers.
was. I have no clue what that was.
Okay. Anyways, so
Succotash.
Roman says, hey, doesn't matter what you think, you're irrelevant, just like your dad. And
Yeah.
of course, that Cody's like, my daddy, you don't talk about my dad. And
Yeah.
he gets all pissed off, and then he talks shit about Roman and
Yeah,
Rock's
you don't
blood.
even probably know your dad.
Yeah.
And things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, you never even met your dad.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, that pisses the Rock off. Rock's like, you're talking about my family. You're talking about my blood. You're talking about my family.
So now is it Cody versus
my
Rock?
blood.
I'm
Then Rock
confused.
smacks the shit out of Cody.
Yeah, I seen that.
And then they break him up. And so now there's all this confusion. And he's like, yelling at Triple H. And it's like, don't fucking let him talk shit about my family like that. You're going to fucking find out.
Rock was saying that?
Yeah, he's saying that to Triple H.
Yeah, I seen a lot of people came away not liking the Rock from that.
That's the point. He's supposed to be Hollywood
I know.
heel Rock, which is everybody's favorite Rock. And
I don't know if that's true.
what Rock do you like?
I like the
Versace
I like
Rock?
the People's Champion Rock.
He's still the people's champion.
Not when he was the bad guy. He was never the People's Champion. No.
I guess. I don't know.
I like the People's Champion Rock.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyways.
I like the bad boy Stone Cold.
Yeah.
That's the only my favorite heel of all time is Stone Cold.
But Stone Cold wasn't really a heel. He was a face.
He was a face heel.
Yeah.
He was probably
like
the ultimate
he was
hybrid.
a piece of shit face. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he was that dude that
Yeah.
cheap shot.
I hated Stone
So
Cold when I
not
was
your
younger.
favorite?
What?
Not TJ. It's Cold Stone was not your favorite?
Cold Stone?
Cold Stone?
Yeah, see, I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't really care for Cold Stone at all. Anyways.
Dude, now I want a fucking wrestler named Cold
Stone.
It's Cold Stone.
Here he comes, brothers.
Fucking freeze your ass.
I don't really know what they're doing or where they're going with it, but right after the match.
What's your prediction?
Triple dip.
What do I think's going to happen?
Yeah.
I think that they're having this elimination chamber match in Perth, and it's going to be like in a 90,000 seat stadium.
How
or something
stupid
like
is this that they keep going to all these other countries?
Because
for
they're making
How
they're
we
getting paid
can
so
we
much.
talk about this? But America's mad for sending fucking jobs out of the country. But now we're taking pay-per-views out of the country, and people don't have a problem with that. All these ones in Saudi Arabia, all of them, all
Dude,
over the
they
world.
make so much money.
Yeah, because they fucking because they're. That's how they steal American businesses. That's how
That's
they steal
true.
jobs.
Yeah. They're not going
That's
to
how
China.
they promote
That's the
their.
only place they
That's
don't
how they
go.
promote their shit countries is by fucking
Yeah. So
I don't know nothing about Peru, so sorry.
Perth.
Well,
That's,
that either.
That's where Rhea's from.
Okay.
So
It's
she's
Australian.
there. You go.
Oh well, then that is a shit country.
Yeah. Well. So what?
Well, it's the fucking the prison island, dude.
Yeah, I mean they're all criminals.
Well,
from
no, I'm just
criminals.
saying. Yeah, it was a prison island, right?
How far is it? That's like a long ways from England, right? Like don't
Well-
you have to go like all the way down around Africa and back up?
I don't know.
There's no cut through, right?
I don't think so.
I don't know how the map
I don't know
works.
about an African channel, so
Unless there used to be.
they fucking filled it in.
Yeah, they filled it in with fucking dirt or something. Anyways.
So what else is going on in
So
wrestling?
I think they're either going to put a match there with Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth, or they're going to do it somehow on night one.
for WrestleMania.
But either way,
That doesn't sell though.
yeah, it does.
You think that sells?
Anytime The Rock's going to be on a show, it's going to
No, I think it sells, but do you think that sells more than the two individual matches?
they're going to still have it. Here's what I think is going to happen. They're still going to have Cody versus Roman night 2, and Roman's going to win again. Then he's going to go all the way through summer. He's going to break Hogan's record, the 1,400 some days, win all the way to there. Then they're going to have Survivor Series sometime in November, and I bet you it's at Madison Square
So
Garden.
another year with this shit?
Yeah. So, but listen, this is the reason
How
why I
much
think.
does that suck?
And I can't take credit for this because I got this idea from our good friend Spade. I think they're going to have it at Madison Square Garden, Survivor Series, and have Cody beat him, and because that's where
3
Cody.
years from the start of the saga? Actually, 8 years, but
Well, yeah. So the whole thing with Cody was like, my daddy won the championship, and they took it from him
Yeah.
at Madison Square Garden. Well, they gave it to Cody there, and he finishes the story.
okay. I mean, it would make sense. That's just a long drawn out. I think
I just
you
don't see what
lose
the
a
point.
lot of wrestling fans in between now and then.
Yeah, but just drag some fucking Cody crybabies all the way through it.
No, my big thing is he doesn't wrestle. He
Yeah.
wrestles.
And did you hear that too? He
Well,
goes,
I know, I get
he
it.
goes,
Yeah.
I wrestle 10 times less than you, and I make 10 times more than you. Wouldn't you do it too?
But and I know they're selling it to make Cody the bigger face or whatever, but
Or
he's more popular right now.
Or he wrestles Cody at WrestleMania, and The Rock comes out and fucking turns on Roman, and then Cody wins there.
Yeah.
I don't think Cody beats him clean all by himself.
And maybe they find a way to where he loses without losing the title and all that. But
then they could do The Rock and Roman at
I think Cody beats. Personally, I think they do Rock Roman and figure out how to not be for the title. That way, even if Rock
just
wins,
for head of the table.
Yeah,
they could do that night one, I guess.
Yeah, that way there's no way Roman loses his title. And then I think they do Cody versus.
You could do that too.
And I think because they can't do CM Punk versus Seth, they do Cody versus Seth, and then they put the title on Cody, and then maybe like you're saying, a year from now in Madison, those two join the titles back, or do a champion versus champion or something.
That'd be cool too. Or they could do. I think if they do a.
Because Cody
because
Cody's fine with losing the title even in between then, and then gaining it back by that time or whatever. You know,
but they're doing the men's elimination chamber match to see who wrestles Seth at WrestleMania, which I think Drew McIntyre will win it.
Okay, so then why are they even talking about Seth versus Cody?
Because that's what Seth wants.
Okay,
but
and Cody's not even in that.
No, because he's supposed to be going against Roman. I mean, The Rock's behind all this, so there's some kind of great storytelling that's going to happen. It's just not the way everybody wants it to be.
The Rock's just going to come out and fight John Cena.
You already did that.
Or him and Triple H or somehow have a fuck.
I
know, and they'll find a way to fucking do it.
He's got a bump ticker like I do.
Stone Cold was never going to get in the ring again. He's been in the ring 10 times since.
Yeah.
Hogan was never going to wrestle again. He wrestled 15 times since. Rock, I mean, we can keep going.
Okay, so just let's say this.
Okay, Rock versus fucking Undertaker.
Is Cody beating Roman at WrestleMania?
If they wrestle?
Yeah, if they go against each other.
No.
Skinman?
I don't know.
Just pick one.
Oh, yes.
My man. Cold Stone versus fucking Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40.
We're going to do this,
line
bitch.
up for them tickets, baby. That's pretty good Dusty Rhodes, I think.
If you watch wrestling, tell us if that was a good Dusty Rhodes.
I think that was a very good Dusty Rhodes.
Before we do our goodbyes, locally, in local news, Jackie Robinson statue that was stolen from the park was found. They've deemed it to not be a hate crime like everybody,
just punks.
All of the Republicans assumed. It was a 46-year-old man.
Really?
That was doing.
I didn't ever hear.
Bronze value. You didn't even hear about it getting stolen?
No, I did, but I didn't ever hear if they caught the guy.
It just happened today.
Was that his truck or was that a stolen truck?
I didn't read that far into it, but an update, a 45-year-old man, Ricky something. He's Hispanic or he looks Indian.
He's just doing it for the copper?
Yep.
But he burned it, I thought. Was he trying to schmelz it or what?
Yeah, burned down the copper, bro.
Okay.
Not saying he was
very smart. Yeah.
Yeah, theft value of more than $25,000.
That's a lot of copper.
Yeah, bronze.
Bronze. Okay.
Bronze.
Where do you take that? Fucking what's that place that Mike used to send it through the creepy Bogue Iron?
Yeah.
I got a bunch of bronze here. How much you give me for that?
League 42 executive Bob Lutz said the arrest provides him some closure, but he hopes a happy ending still to come. I know, that's why I pulled that out. So yeah, we didn't talk about it on the show, but locally we have a statue of Jackie Robinson at some baseball fields, and it got stolen. It's a bronze life-size statue, and was stolen, cut off at the ankles, left the shoes there, so it was shoeless Jackie Robinson for a little while.
When I had my interview at One Oak, the guy was like, how far away from that Jackie Robinson statue were you? I was like, well, honestly, I didn't even know about it till today or, a few days ago. So
yeah, it was a huge deal when it happened. And instantly on local Facebook, it was race. I mean, that was the only thing. It was like, it's because he's black or more statues. And my first thing said they were just going to put it in the Robert E. Lee statue together, to
just reunite.
Yeah, trying to form, bring back race relations. But
so speaking of races, what's from the weight loss challenge of 2024?
Yeah, we didn't even get to that. I got to cut these up into some clips.
What did you eat today?
So here's how we were going to do it. If you've been following along, we've been in a weight loss challenge for, I believe, 4 weeks now.
We're going to have to extend it.
5 weeks.
We got 2 weeks left.
Oh, what was the date? What
The
was
end of
date?
the last show in February.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're going to say last show in March, but I'm fine with last show in February because I don't care at this point. I did good a bunch of times. Weekends I suffer. A lot of things have happened.
27th.
Trips. So, anyways,
Okay, what'd you eat today, you slacker?
how we're going to judge how we're doing in the weight loss competition is what we ate today. So today, I started out a 2-egg omelet with some fake sausage in it because we're still trying to get rid of that.
Made by your wife.
Made by my wife. For lunch, I had a Popeyes chicken sandwich. No sides. I got sides for free because we had coupons, but I gave them to Joel. He works for me.
Okay.
For dinner, you seen it. One
Yeah.
bowl of this pasta, chicken pasta.
Which was delicious.
It is good. It's very good food. I had one bowl, not even as big, not near as big a bowl as you had. And nothing against you, because you probably ate better the rest of the day. And then I had 3 handfuls of almonds, and you got to witness one of the greatest feats in dog kind.
Yes.
My dog sitting on her ass, standing up to take treats.
Now, it sets up on her tail for balance like a kangaroo.
Yeah.
It's the
When you're a
damnedest thing I've
Frankenstein
ever
dog,
seen.
you just do whatever it
She
takes,
does
man.
awesome stuff. So, and that so far, and I will probably have at least 2
No,
or
that's, just for today up until
But
now.
I'm going to give you the rest of the day. I will have at least 2 or 3 handfuls of almonds after the show.
Okay.
TJ?
Well, I normally haven't been eating breakfast. I haven't been eating till afternoon, but I had a thing of crackers, like with the cheese and stuff in it, like the
With the
Keebler
Now the dipping crackers.
club crackers, like with.
Oh, so with the little that comes with the little red straw that you smear them on.
No, it's already put together, like sandwich crackers.
Okay, there we go. Okay,
I'm talking about.
yeah, I thought you were
So I
talking.
had like
I thought you were talking about make yourself.
6 of those.
Six packs of them.
Whatever the 6.
One
that are-
pack.
Yeah, 1 pack. Then I had to go.
220 calories.
I had to go do this testing bullshit today, and the guy was like, "I'm gonna be there at 11:45." The fucker don't show up till 12:15, so I didn't eat lunch. And we met at the mall, and
Why didn't you guys just say, "Hey, I didn't have lunch. Do you mind if I go grab
because
something?"
I would need to get this shit done, it's important.
Okay.
And so during our visit there, I was like, I gotta get a drink. And I walked over to the Boulevard movie theater thing and got a Mountain Dew and a small popcorn, which I ate half of.
Okay.
And then on the way here, I got that chicken taco.
So you didn't have that was your lunch was popcorn?
Yeah, which
He's giving us a light day.
I ate
like
half
it.
of it. Well,
Okay.
today happened to be a particularly light day. And then I had that chicken thing, this Mountain Dew, and a payday.
Okay. Oh, you did have a freaking king size payday.
No, it was a regular size. I got
That was a
trash.
king size.
It was the size of my arm.
That was a
I got
that was
in
the biggest
fucking trash
that was
of
the
it.
biggest payday I've ever seen in my life. That was like they took 7 paydays.
They
and-
do have those big ass ones though.
This
but it
payday
wasn't-
was so big it had its own weather zone.
Yes.
Hang on to the
It's like as
computer.
big
It
for
was
my
pulling it.
my
He
hand
spent
and my
his
forearm
entire payday on this
on
payday.
this payday. Yeah.
What did you have today?
I had to keep pulling the bowl back because of the gravitational pull.
was just sucking to it. Yes.
Just wanted it so bad. Yeah.
I started off with a water, got to work, and I had coffee. And then first break at 9:30, I had a fourth of a blackberry pie.
Okay.
You like a real pie?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it wasn't the whole pie. It was just a fourth.
Yeah,
of
there's
the
a
pie.
fourth of it, so
So
that's
I'm-
restraint. That's
I'm
good.
cutting down.
Okay, and blackberry's actually a healthy pie probably to have of all of them.
So then ham and cheese sandwich for lunch.
Okay.
And
Four
then-
for 4 of them.
No, just for lunch.
Any chips?
4 lunches.
No.
No, second.
FOR.
Okay. Okay.
Second break, another ham and cheese sandwich.
Okay. That's just 2 ham and cheese. Did you have chips with them? Either one?
No.
2 ham.
Okay.
Okay. How many? What ham?
Oh, it's just ham, Black Forest ham,
Okay,
Okay.
so that's good thick piece.
pepper jack cheese.
Okay.
I call it the Ben Shapiro because it's spicy.
Okay.
Okay. I like to say Skinman's beard looks pretty good today. It's
And
just
then
because
the,
there's such a difference. now.
It's 'cause mine's gone.
Well, no, but his looks really good.
It does. It always looks good.
It's because of all the dirt that's in
That
it.
could be it too.
Okay. So what
Carry
else?
on.
And then this bowl of chicken pasta.
So 3 o'clock was your second ham and cheese sandwich?
Yes.
'Cause- okay.
So would you say that's an average day since we've been partaking in this event? And I'm not saying your cheat day or whatever. Have you?
That's normally.
That's about a
I
normal
normally
day?
don't have a fourth of a pie. 'Cause
Okay.
It's normally just
Since we've started this or in general?
just in general.
Okay.
normally do ham and cheese for lunch, and then a ham.
Would
and
you
cheese
say
for
what you
second
had
break.
today would be kind of normal?
Today would be a light day, but normally I don't eat until afternoon.
Yeah.
12 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
And I try not to eat after 7 o'clock.
What about on Friday?
It's the same every day.
What about when we met on Friday?
That was pretty close to noon. I mean, it was like, yeah, it was like 11.
We got there at 11:15. It was 11:35
Yeah, it was a little early.
by the time we ate.
Taking notes?
Well, it was
'cause
just
I
it was
showed up here early and he
because I
wasn't
told
ready
him to, I just told him to calm down. But I didn't realize he just got out of the heart doctor.
Yeah.
Well, you should calm down then.
I
Let's
know.
see here. I
hadn't got out.
I got down to probably 216 pounds.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, I literally gained 10 pounds in one day. I was fucking 226 the next day. And I don't know what's been going on since then. I weighed myself today, right before I took a shower, 219.
Okay.
Right now, I probably weigh 223 or something like that.
Skinman, since we've started this, how many times have you weighed yourself?
None.
Okay. I would guess Skinman was like, what, 192-ish, something like that?
We were 190. We were the same, 193 something.
I'd assume he's down to like 185 just by looks at him.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
What do you think?
When he walked by, I would say 185 to 188. I would say he's lost 6 to 7 pounds.
Really? Huh.
Look like it. You know, at the end, you could if it was close, he could shave his beard and drop a pound.
That's not the truth, because I shaved mine and I didn't drop that. I was just trying
He
to see.
tried.
Your beard.
I'm gonna cheat.
Yeah, but he's got all that dirt and shit in there, so
Well,
he's
yeah,
got a little more weight
from
in his
but
beard.
if he had that when we weighed in,
yeah,
that's
that's true. He who knows? He was in his work clothes that day.
It was weird because, literally the first thing Gus said to me when I met him, we got out of the car and
So what happened to your beard?
he goes, "Where's the beard?" I
Say,
told,
where's the fro?
I was there.
Yeah.
I told people I was going to meet the dude with the big beard, and
Yeah.
and then I get to work.
Did that bird come out of his hair and say, "Where's your beard, Casey?"
Nope.
Go back in.
Nope.
His fro.
He had a nice clean afro. He did have a little bit of
soul glow in it.
It was raining.
but I don't know if he had just a couple of them that had the little bit of curls in it, and
What that was.
but when I
Did he
got
sing
to work
for you at all?
Yeah, he would, dude. While we were fucking warming up, dude, I got one little take where I actually hit record, and because he wanted to do so. He didn't do it on the show, but he was doing. I wanted him to do like a recap for us.
Mm-hmm.
But he was sitting there while we were doing, and like doing the thing. He's like, I'm sitting at a Starbucks with the dude from, and like, but it like, dude, he fucking in person, dude. That's the voice like you could have got like, nailed with, you know what I mean? Like it just, and he's dating now. He's doing good. So it was awesome. I will release the show, Gus. I'm sorry. Technical difficulties, laptop storage.
You're talking about our biggest follower fan, and you haven't released the show.
I wanted to do it right was more why. I wanted to put a good intro to it and try to, I played his newest song, which is Pizza Girl, about a girl that he had hooked up with at a pizza shop. They had a couple dates. She ditched him and blah, blah, blah. But I only played 26. I was so nervous, and I've never been that nervous to do, but it was like you set up in a public place, you're with a person that has like you said, a big following, and you're just trying to do, and then everything kind of falls apart. You bring the wireless camera for a good look. You end up switching to, if you're watching on Facebook, you end up switching to this type of camera, which is just facing TJ's back of his head. Well, it was, and
Don't do that. It's where my bald spot's at.
what have you been using? Your hair looks thicker.
Shorter. My hair always looks better when it's shorter.
What have you been putting in it?
I'm serious.
Are you using that
Hims?
Nutrafol, or
Hims?
is that what you're using?
No,
Him-
it's just
Rogaine?
seriously, my wife when my
But
wife
do you
cuts my
use
hair short-
anything?
No.
I've been thinking about it. I've been getting a little bit of Widow Peak. Well,
wanna get-
deeper ones going. So
Supposedly that Hims you could spray in your hair and it'll help grow it back and get boners.
I got like the Hims shampoo. Well, I think those are two separate. I think
Oh.
you need. Yeah, I think Hims can do both, but I think they're
I
two.
need both.
They're not one and the same. They're two in the separate.
I don't know.
Thanks
my
for
wife got me
listening.
some Hims for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, you're supposed to consult your doctor before you use Rogaine.
And if you have an erection for more than 4 hours while you're facing a guy,
Video it
you're
for your
gay.
friends.
No.
Gay.
Hey, thanks for listening. It's gonna change up a little bit. We'll still do some weekend episodes whenever he's in town. We'll try to do some. He may just quit. This is my thought. He'll call in 2 or 3 weeks. He'll be too busy, and then he'll be done. Because the last time he went on the road full time, we talked 2 to 3 times a year for 4 or 5 years. And then it wasn't until his world fell apart and he needed somebody. he needed somebody on the bottom.
I needed a bottom feeder to pick me up.
He got to a point so far in his life that I was above him for a while. He was just like, "Fuck, you're making more money than me." I mean,
fucking loser, man.
You just paid for dinner? Oh, fuck, man. Yeah. And so he had to go change it, man. I mean, he had to go switch it up and go make that money that put him back in debt, you know? He's the only guy I ever met that was making 5 paychecks to my one, and we'd go out and eat, and we were still about it. He had 4 houses and seven RVs and
$4,000 in child
a sailboat
that
that he bought for some reason in Miami, and he's never been to Miami.
Yeah,
he had that kind of money, you know.
Mm-hmm. Not no more.
$9,000 a month in child support.
Love it.
If you followed us, thank you. If you stayed with us, thank you. We'll be back. Things are going to change, but they'll always be the same.
Mm-hmm.
What's this button going to do?
You just made the list.
Hey, I haven't heard that in a while.
No, that wasn't the button I wanted, though. We can't go out on that. Let's go out on an old school one.
Boobies aren't things that give you milk. Boobies are things that kill you. I will eat your ass. I'm here to date your 6-year-old. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that?
Peace.